Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do y'all articles for this week. The articles for this week, we be talking about the Grim Sleeper, okay? AKA, his real name is Murry, okay? This is what he go by now, but he is deceased. I got him in 2021, finally. I also got an interview that I will put in the description box this time, okay? And I'm talking about, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and show it to y'all, but I'm gonna still put it in the description box so y'all can watch it yourself. I just had my friend daughters, Tia and Tamara. This happened down here in TK.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. We have to know. Yeah, this is State Farm.
Lonnie Franklin, the Grim Sleeper, who for over 20 years was killing black women in South Central. Lonnie's story is written. Lonnie has been sentenced. He will spend the rest of his days in a California prison. So in hanging around at Jones Brothers, my family's auto parts store in South Central, my uncle told me about Monica. So I'm really grateful that now she feels comfortable sharing her story, and hopefully her story will help somebody else.
My name is Monica Hunter. I'm from Louisiana, and I've been out here since I was 7. One night, I was going to my mother-in-law's house on 64th and Central to a tug-of-war party. So I left my house about at 9. I just had twins, 1986. And I told my old man to watch the kids. I left the money with him, but I had a little money in my pocket. So the bus was taking so long. So I'm like, by the time I get to the tug-of-war party, it's going to be over with. So the dude was coming down the street in a yellow Pinto. And he was driving real slow, a black brother. So I'm like, oh, shoot. He said, you want to ride? I said, yes, I will take a ride, sir. And he said, I just got off work. So he opened up the door to let me in. He was nice to me at first when I got in the car. Next thing I know, we hit 108. He hit the corner so fast. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He like, well, don't worry about what I'm doing, because when I get over here, you gonna find out what I'm doing. I said, sir, I'm not out to try to make no money. All I want to do is get to the tug-of-war party. He said, oh no, you ain't going nowhere. And he got the screwdriver out the glove department. He was shaking. He said, when I open up this door, you get out and you get butt naked. By the time I got out the door, she was laying right down the side of the car. By the door, when I walked out on my side, the trash bins, 2 trash bins was sitting right behind me. And I'm like, what are you finna do to me? Shut the fuck up. And I'm like, oh, Lord, I done messed up. So I said, oh, Lord, I don't know what to do. I said, I just hope he just break me and just let me go, you know. I hope he don't kill me. He was in his trunk digging for something. And I was sitting on the seat on the passenger side, taking my clothes off, waiting to lay down on the sheet. And when he came out the trunk, that's when the dude was walking down the street making a noise saying, I got it. I remember that word. And I'm like, he got what? And I looked, I'm like, help, excuse me, sir, could you help me? And I got to screaming and hollering. When I got to screaming and hollering, he dropped the screwdriver. Then that's when I started running. I had one pants leg out. When I started running, girl, he came right in his car right behind me. He was chasing me, and I was scared. I was hitting all kinds of corners and stuff. So I'm hollering, I'm screaming with half of clothes on, and I made it to my house, and I'm like, this man know where I live at. He gonna come back and get me. So I went to the house authorities to tell them about it. He was on a billboard. They said, girl, you know what? You ran into that man that's out killing all these black women, supposed to be prostitutes.
What stopped you from going to the police?
It was too late, probably, I think. I thought they said after 24 hours you can't complain or tell nobody about nothing. I've been through a lot of stuff before then, but not like this, you know, but not like that. But, just open containers, going back and forth to jail. I never told them nothing about it, So when I found out he got caught, I look at him on TV. I just said, he's in God's hand now. You know, God gonna take care of him now because it's too late for me to tell my story. This was in 1986. And I look at it and I go back there and look at that trash bins back there and look down on the ground and just think about what could have happened to me that night, you know. That's where they probably would have found blood of me dead at. Right behind the Warefare office. So whatever he was looking for, that's probably saved my life too. And the guy coming down the street singing. So I just look at him like, Lord, I could have been gone in 86, but God wasn't ready for me. He wasn't ready for me.
Yeah, it's more scarier than this, y'all. Okay. His name in the KKK is called the Trashman. Okay. That car was filled with bodies to the fucking top, bro. Of all women and children and men. I think it was just women, y'all, that was signing to the welfare office. When I got in that car, I had to literally, and look here, I ain't gonna lie, I was undercover. I had to go undercover. The most I was like, you know what, you gotta go undercover, you gotta do this, okay? And I said, okay, that was him that said, I got it now. So when he really did get him, okay? But no, when I got in the car, I seen all my girls. I got in the car because, you know, I'm also signing to the welfare office too. I work there, okay? It's the back seat. Now, look at when I got in the passenger seat, y'all, bodies to the top, bro. I had to, you know how a freshman get on the trash can thing? They like got 1 feet in, 1 feet out, bro. Literally, that's how I got in the car, bro. I couldn't even sit down. There's so many bodies right there, bro. So literally, he literally riding, bro. He literally riding that damn yellow Pinto car with bodies to the top. Like my dad was saying in his interview, how their bodies in buildings just stacked up on each other. Them women were stacked up on each other. And that trash can is still down here in this area, Texarkana, Texas. Behind the welfare office. Yeah, still behind it, in the woods. I go there whenever they calls me. And I sit there, and my white sheet's still there. No real motherfucking sheet. They call him the Trashman. So let's begin. The Grim Sleeper, a serial killer who was caught by a slice of pizza. Okay, this is some of his victims. And see, when I came back in Frenny, mine so fucked up. I thought he was married to my auntie for real, my auntie Shell, but he wasn't though. He the one who kidnapped her son, which is my cousin Frel, back in 2015. And my auntie, she did not care. She used to stalk them to get her son back, okay? And I applaud her, because I do the same shit. She would be on, she broke into the dark web and literally was watching them killing people and shit. So people were getting sick of it. She like, I don't care, y'all got my son. I'm not finna start watching y'all until y'all give me my son back. They never did though. Okay? They got her in Frenny with my rest of my family. And I found Frel in November. That's how Willie Mills and them got murdered, assassinated, okay? That's how the Rico law started, okay? So let's begin. Beginning in 1980s, a serial killer stalked the women of South Central Los Angeles for nearly 2 decades. The Grim Sleeper, known as Lonnie Franklin to friends and family, led the police on a wild goose chase for years until a stray slice of pizza tossed in the trash brought him down. Okay? In the meantime, terror spread throughout Los Angeles as people wondered when he would strike again. Yeah, pizza stand for death row, okay? So if I'm finna go on death row, that's all they eat is pizza, okay? Unless they come to my house and I'm the one who putting them on death row. So whatever I'm eating that day, they gonna eat it. Okay, so. In the meantime, terror spread throughout Los Angeles as people wondered when he would strike again. He was so prolific that some theorized the Grim Sleeper must be multiple people. No, just him. Prior convictions. He like Ma Jane's cousin or something. I don't know who the fuck he is, okay? Prior convictions. Born in South Central on August the 30th, 1952, Lonnie David Franklin Jr. appeared to be a fairly normal guy. Not much is known about his childhood, but after high school, he enlisted in the army, they army, and received a dishonored discharge after he was convicted of taking part in the gang rape of a young girl while stationed in Germany. Franklin and two other servicemen had stopped along the highway to ask a 17-year-old girl directions before offering her a ride. But when she got in the car, they held a knife to her throat and took turns assaulting her. The young woman tricked Franklin into giving her his phone number, which she subsequently gave to the police. Okay? They were always doing this, okay? Ted Bundy did the same shit, but I don't think they call him a freshman, though. They call him the freshman, though. But he could have been a freshman, too. Ted Bundy had women stacked up in his cars, too, like that. Okay? I'll do him this week. After 3 men were tried and convicted, but Franklin only served 1 year of his 4-year sentence because he had more than Ted Bundy in him. LAPD Detective Darren Dupree told People magazine, "We don't know why he got out. The other guys did the whole time. He got caught and got away with it, and he came back here and he started getting girls again. But as soon as they showed hesitation or gave him a hard time, he killed them. Any inkling of him getting caught or them treating him bad, he killed them." Okay, mainly black women. This is the young child that he said that he got first, okay? So she could have been just outside playing, okay? That means that's a code for none of us supposed to go outside and play, okay? Y'all need to stay in the house. All of y'all, stay in the house, okay? I don't go nowhere. I stay in my house. One time you gonna see me if I'm going to the liquor store or I'm going to the store for groceries or I'm paying my bills. No humans involved. After returning to the States in the mid-70s, Franklin blended in with the Angelinos and resumed his normal life. It's believed that he embarked upon his killing spree around 1985. But no one knows for sure because Franklin's murders was considered NHI cases. Like I said, he got murdered in 1980, 1990, 1989, 1990, okay? But he came back with My Daughter Blood and got a new face as Murry Source. Okay? Pay attention to the codes, y'all. LAPD codes for no humans involved. This moniker was applied to cases involving sex workers, ex-cons, or other people whose victimization the police were terribly inclined to investigate. It likely kept the LAPD from catching Franklin earlier and definitely led to the deaths of more women. To this day, me and my family, we still talk to women that are about to get enrolled into Warefare. Be careful who you meeting off the streets. This person is still looking. Not no more. He deceased now. He assassinated. I smashed his brains in with a laugh now, cry later statue. Okay, my mind fucked up. He terrorized me. He fucked my mind up, okay? Then and now. Then got to my family. And my girls, because they were signed to the Warefare office. The Warefare. Okay? They did not like black women getting help then, okay? We even tell them this at the meetings. Some people laugh at us. Racial stereotypes in the time and region he lived also played a part in keeping Franklin on the streets. In the mid-80s, the public image of a serial killer was generally that of a white man who preyed on predominantly white women. White means even kill black women. You ain't never seen them kill a white woman. Unless that white woman is friends with a black person or he or she actually like black people, niggas in her DNA. As a black man who targeted black women, Franklin stayed under the radar in the worst way. Okay? So the police that was helping him get away with the shits into their own hands. By 1989, it was clear that someone was attacking black women in the Southland. Increasingly frustrated with the apathy of the LAPD, the Black Coalition Fighting Back Serial Murders formed to spread information, which we did, about the murders and establish a reward for anyone who provided information leading to the arrest of the killer. Not to be outdone by a ragtag group of citizens, the police finally launched an investigation into the killer, who was then being referred to as the Southside Slayer. Okay? Some of their victims. But I think this is a fake cop, though. We got our own. Yes, you're right. Yes, Judy. Potentially hundreds of victims. Perhaps the most unsettling thing about the case of the Grim Sleeper is that police only have proof of his involvement with 25 victims. But they found a cache of more than 1,000 photos and videotapes of women and teenage girls in Franklin's possession. Yes, we still got that. It's believed that many of these women could be victims whose bodies have never been located. One of the women in the photos is Enishwa Washington, Enietra, the only known survivor of the sleeper, which is me. Washington testified that in 1988, Franklin sexually assaulted her in his car before shooting her in the chest. Okay, that's not me. Taking a photo of her and pushing her into the street. Many of the other women in the photos are placed in sexual positions, although it's unclear if the unknown women were additional victims or simply sexual partners. Okay, yes, that is me. My bad. That's just codes, okay? When he said, and I said, shot me in my chest, because I still think about that. That it comes to me once in a while. And I cry behind the scene, okay? Y'all know that, but I cry. I got a song for them. I think it's called Good Girl. Good Girl Gone Bad. Or Recipe Jill. Okay. Or 911 by Wyclef Jean and Mary J. Blige. Okay. Although it's unclear that for my auntie. Although it's unclear if the unknown women or additional victims or simply sexual partners, the Los Angeles nothing. No. The Los Angeles Police Department, he was having sex with Gina though, released 180 photos from Franklin's collection in an attempt to locate the women. Okay. This him in their fake court, fake interrogation room. The piece of proof. Franklin stalked the Los Angeles area on and off for 20 years while working as a mechanic and sanitation worker for the city. True. Though he would lie to victims, he would lie to the women about that. But yes, with my family bodies, they are in a shredder in the Red River departments, you know. At one point, that's what I remembered when I came home, okay? It took me a time to realize who the fuck he was, okay? At one point, he took a 14-year break, but his memory continued to menace the people of South Central Los Angeles. When he picked up his pastimes again in the 2000s, the police were ready for him. Following the death, Following the death of Janisa Peters in 2007, the LAPD linked DNA found at the scenes of her murder to 11 other murders dating back to the 1980s. That's about me too. He did come and shoot me and my fiance in our bed in 2007 because we were drug dealers, okay? Whatever you want to call it. Lacking an exact match for the DNA in their database, they searched for anyone who could share a familiar relationship with its giver and came across Franklin's son, Christopher, who had been convicted of a weapons charge in 2008. That's a code for me as Biggie. Concluding that Christopher was too young to have committed the crimes in the 80s, the LAPD focused on his father, Lonnie Franklin Jr. in 2010, okay? Because that's what I last remember, though, before I got shot. I remember a whole bunch of people before I got shot. But their stories is refreshing my memory, my real memory, okay? I'm still getting my memory back, okay? It's getting there, okay? Thank you. After following Franklin to a pizzeria near Brewer Park, California, they dug his pizza crust, fork, and napkin out of the restaurant's trash can. Okay, that's a cuff for my daddy. DNA analysts matched the traces on these items to that of the Grim Sleeper. Okay, Grim, because Texarkana, Texas, we got a couple places named Grim, Grim Stadium, Grim Hotel. Okay, there's also him. People say he's still like he's like Murry. I can see it. Dead in prison. Following Franklin's arrest, his lawyers argued that the DNA evidence taken from the trash can constitute an illegal search, but they were unsuccessful, and Franklin was convicted of killing 9 women and a teenage girl between 1985 and 2007. On August 10, 2016, he was sentenced to death. Throughout the trial, Franklin was adamant that he had no part in the crimes. On March 29, 2020, it reported that Franklin was found unresponsive in his cell. His cause of death is still unclear. Murder, assassination. But at the time of the discovery, there were no signs of trauma. Okay? Yes, I don't give a fuck. Okay, so this is about the Grim Sleeper, aka Murry Soares, okay? Hope y'all enjoy. I'm out. Peace.